Hello, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Who's here? Super Nez says hello, Mehran. Adam here. Hello, Adam. UK 38, shoe size 8. Okay, good. Shoe size 8. Well, maybe you should do a little bit more deadlift. It flattens the foot and makes it a little bit bigger. And Ross says, hi, Mehran. Hello, Ross. Male 30 UK. Oh, we are in the 30s today. Hope you're well. Thank you very much. I'm very sad today, he says. Oh, okay. I found out my cat has passed away at age 17. He was like a member of the family. Yes, it's going to be difficult. I know he wasn't a human, but I'm struggling to accept it. Yeah, I know it doesn't have to be human. It's a living being, and it's going to be very, very difficult when you have emotions and love and bonding. And you can bond with an animal sometimes, often maybe, far superior and better and closer than to a human being. I was very close to my horse. I loved him, and he was really, we went to many competitions together, and it's a very special bond when you are riding a horse, because you're doing something together. It's not like you tell him, he does it. It's together. If you're not harmonized, you can't do it. You have a cat or your dog, you're having a special relationship because you communicate in a certain way. You're bonded in a certain way. And it's easier to bond with animals because they are mostly trying to please you. They're not there to argue with you. So it's like a relationship with no argument. You would really miss that. So I'm sorry to hear that you've lost your cat. But what can I say? 17 years is a good long life, I guess. And we're excited today because my son is getting his dog today, his puppy, and he's gone to pick her up, and it's very exciting. The bond that I expect and I hope, and so on. So there's always, wherever there is a joy, wherever there is a pleasure, there is suffering, because there is always a fear of losing that pleasure. So pleasure and suffering pretty much are inseparable. And you had the pleasure of so many years, a relationship with your cat, and with it always a fear of losing it. And but remember, we're all energy, and even though physically we won't always be in the same shape or even exist, but our energy doesn't go anywhere. It can't go anywhere. It can't go outside the universe. Where's the outside universe? Infinitely expanding. So the energy that releases from our physical being, the shell that is holding that energy, functioning because of that energy, that's how we are born. That's the energy that is living, not really the shell that dies and nothing is left from it. That energy, when we pass on in a physical form, doesn't go anywhere. It just returns back to where it came from. So in a way, we always live maybe in a different form, which I guess I'll find out whenever it happens to me. But what I'm trying to say is that even though it's very difficult for us to understand or endure loss of a loved one, whether human or animal, but I am of a belief that the energy that makes us be the living entity, that doesn't die. It just reverts back to where it came from. So we exist. Our consciousness exists because it always adds to the consciousness of the mighty universe and helps it to become wiser and more organized. So there are certain things that doesn't die, but it changes. It's not in the form that we're used to seeing it. So in this way, I guess it's the same. Definitely the same. So physically, your cat is not there. You don't have that interaction with, but the energy of the cat, the contribution to the universe, to the life of every living being, especially intelligent living being, is there. And hopefully you'll feel better. Yeah. You'll be fine, Ross. Yeah. Focus on the fact that it's just changed from transferred, transformed from one form to another. And one form is that physical entity is not there, but the energy that was the life is still there. Now, somewhere in the universe. Supernaz says, I don't look and nothing appears. I don't look and nothing. Yeah, if you don't look, you can't see, right? I look and nothing appears. Oh, you don't look and you look and nothing else. I feel invisible and going to waste. Am I creating this energy or is it my environment? I think you're looking too hard. Just mind your own business, do your own thing, build your own life, live your day, focus on the moments, enjoy the moments, be in projects that you like to be, focus on what's valuable and interesting in life, and then you will have the energy that draws certain interests and puts you on the path to perhaps you will find some compatible companionship. Let's put it that way. Jack says, hello, Mehran. Hello, Jack. Good to see you here. Nick Nagarona says, male at 43, New Zealand. He says, Atamari Matua Mehran. Good morning, wise elder. Thank you so much for the kind words, Nick. And so I guess I should say back, Atamari Matua Nick. Huh? Always a pleasure to humble us with your presence. Well, thank you so much, Nick. You're so kind. Says, I hope you are well and aren't affected by the blizzards in your country. Well, the blizzard is gone. It was 2 weeks ago. And it got to -6, which I went for a walk and I really enjoyed it. It's crisp, you know. I remember -3, I used to go and throw my soccer ball in the field and run from this side to that side and exercise just by myself late at night. And still the snow was on the field and it was -3. That was just about, I don't know, how many years ago? 10 years ago maybe? Maybe more, I don't know. But this time it was -6 and I went for a walk by the beach, 2 hours. It was enjoyable, crisp. And Tena Kautou Katoa. Tena Kautou Katoa. Greetings, everyone. I should remember that. That's the one I should be saying every time. Tena Kautou Katoa. Captain Monroe says 2 weeks out of a relationship trying to get out of this hole. Don't try. Just keep walking. By walking and focusing on your life, you will automatically be out of the hole. But if focusing on getting out of the hole, then you keep realizing that you are in the hole, that you're trying to get out. So you pay attention to the hole, and that becomes your reality. But you pay attention to life and what you want to build, what you want to be focused on, enjoy, then you will be enjoying your life, and you will automatically be taking distance from the hole. So, 2 aims with 1 shot. And Supernice says, I have been doing exactly what you say, but nothing is happening. Because you expect something to happen. Don't expect. Live, my friend. Live. Living is not necessarily about being in a relationship. Relationship is part of living. it's a fragment of the experiences of the living. But if you want to make your whole living, your whole experience of living, summed up in a relationship, then until you have a relationship or you are in a relationship, you don't think you're living, and that's robbing yourself out of real living. Living is the big. A relationship is the small. In this big, there are many things you want to accomplish and experience. Those are all the small. You can't think of the small being the big, and until I have the small, I don't have the big, and you miss the big, which is life. No. Be patient. Have a tea. It's not that critical. So I'll give you guys a moment. I'll close that window. It's a little crisp, too crisp for me being relaxed here. All right. I wonder how come we're not growing. I let some people know that we have, like, not some people, just one person who sent a comment on the videos, and I let her know that we are having a live talk. She said she will check on the hours of 12 noon Vancouver time because she's in Europe. So I hope that she can find us. If you guys haven't clicked on the bell, please do click on the bell, because then when we are live or some new video comes up, then you're notified. Otherwise, no. And anyone who's here, if you wouldn't mind, if you like it, please like the video. That helps us to be recognized by the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. You know that we are a channel that we focus on discussions on the movement of mind, thoughts, consciousness, the relationship between the two. We talk about fear, desire, what makes desire to come to be, what we can do to stop desire when we need to, what is the concept of fear and how it is formed, what it is. We talk about ego, we talk about the relationship between them, we talk about pleasure, we talk about mechanical process, we talk about order in life, and we talk about relationships, breakups, and why you feel the way you do after breakup. And all of that can be understood and help you to move on to bigger and better things by understanding the mechanics of your machine and become the mechanic of your machine by understanding how you're put together. What is your psyche all about? The fragments and the ingredients of your consciousness. And when you understand yourself better and you understand why you feel the way you do, how you tick, then it will help you to understand how your partner feels or what her or his concerns are and how you can connect better. So this is what we do, and we have over 1,600 videos on this channel. And as I said many times before, pretty much anything you can think of after your breakup, anything under the sun, pretty much. If you just go on my search engine and put a word that describes your feeling, one word, let's say loneliness, or how to move on, or something like that, that whatever it is you feel, or anything about your consciousness, like fear, desire, ego, any word of that sort, there's bound to be a video or 2 or 10 on that subject. So they're all free. Our live talks are free, usually on Fridays 12 noon, and sometimes on Saturday or Sunday as well. And then if you needed to discuss in more detail about whatever your situation is, and you don't want to perhaps talk about it in detail in the public forum like here, you can go on my site, Mind That Seeks mindthatseekstruth.com. Mindthatseekstruth.com. And click on Talk to Mehran via Skype. Make an appointment on Skype. And if you're a new client, then for 1 hour of your booking, I'll give you another hour. We'll have 2 hours to begin with. That will give us plenty of time to examine, explore together what it is that makes you feel the way you do and how we can help alleviate that and help you move on to bigger and better things. You have many options. Support is available, mostly free, and when it gets a little bit more involved, then you go on my site and book an appointment. Or you can send me an email through the site. It's a very nominal fee, and I'll record maybe anywhere from 4 to 8 minutes respond and send it via email back to you on your question. Having said that, let's see what Nick has. Nick says, lol, excellent response. I have a proverb I'd like to share with everyone. Okay. Says, hongi hongi, te wei wei. Says, face with the courage those unseen things that can create worry, anxiety, and fear. Inga mihi. Thank you. Inga mihi to you as well. And thank you for sharing that. I'm going to try that again. Hongi hongi te wei wei. Face with courage those unseen things that can create worry, anxiety, and fear. Inga mihi. Well, it makes very good sense. That's pretty much what we talk about. Things that create anxiety and worry and concern that is unseen, which means mostly are your thoughts, your consciousness. That's where it's all rooted at. That's where it's stemming from. And if we can understand that, then we'd be able to shed some light on the unseen, and we see the unseen. Now, there must be something in New Zealandish, Maori, is it? Maori language? That says, let's shine on the unseen. See the unseen. Let's see the unseen. Hongi hongi te wei wei. Te wei weia. Hongi hongi te wei weia. That's interesting language. Lovely. All right. Salut. With chamomile tea. Taylor's chamomile tea. Organic chamomile tea. Taylor's of Harrogate. Harrogate. There it is. Check this tea out, guys. It's pretty good. Probably best chamomile tea I've ever had. I mean, at least in tea bag. Very good quality. I've tried many chamomile tea, and at the beginning they were all seemed like, oh, wonderful, wonderful, this and that. And I've tried the loose chamomile tea, which is very good as well. But the tea bag ones, I tried them, and they all seemed, oh, really nice. Until I tried the organic chamomile tea by Taylor of Harrogate. That really actually put a different spin on chamomile tea, organic chamomile tea. It's much richer. It feels like you're drinking tea. You're drinking something wonderful. It's not like just water, something. It's got substance, and you can taste it. It's not like a dry piece of cardboard. You know, that's how it smells or tastes when the chamomile is not strong enough. Definitely good stuff. All right. And you know, chamomile tea has a calming effect as well. It's actually very good for you, I think. It's very good for me. No prescription to you. So I don't know if it's good for you, but it's good for me. Gotta watch what I'm saying. So, what happened to you guys? We shrunk from 11 to 6? What's happening? Something I said. Do you have any objection to chamomile tea? Is that what it is? All right, well, we'll be here another half an hour, and then we'll all go about our businesses. You know, this is your program. You don't have a question. I don't have anything to say. if you want, if you want to hear me talk, go to on the videos. There's lots of talk there. But and I've done all the lectures that I could do really here. Unless there's a question, I don't have anything to say. I've got many other videos that I've written, and I've been lazy to produce them. So I'm just having a temper tantrum, saying, well, if I don't have enough subscribers, why should I spend more time making more videos? I should have 1 million subscribers, and I don't. By the way, we hit 19,000. So we hit 19,000 a few days ago, and that's pretty good, isn't it? Considering that we've been around for ages, but we have not been found, been hidden somewhere. I think YouTube wants to keep the best to its own and not let anybody to know it. Doesn't want to share us because we are so good. That's why nobody knows we exist. However, we have managed to increase our number of subscribers. Finally, after so many years, to 19,000. Let me check. Number of videos 1,660. Out of which about 450 are live talks, live sessions. And let's see. So we have, where's the information? Yeah, 19,000 subscribers. 2,194,625 viewers. The question is, we must be doing something wrong. Then if you have that many viewers and only 19,000, that means we're either full of shit, talking nonsense, or there's no need for us. So either way, I am disappointed. This is terrible, isn't it? But funny enough is when newcomers find us, they are elated. They say, we're so happy to find you. We don't know where you have been all this time. For many months, we've been looking for answers to our problems. We couldn't find it anywhere that could actually express it and explain it and brings, alleviate our horrible feelings the way your videos does, your channel does. Now my question is, why is it that it couldn't find me? What is it there? What does YouTube have against us? Poor YouTube. He's probably has got a sea of channels and doesn't know what to do with it, and we are lost in there. Rumback Jam says, hello, male 37 from Sweden. I have a question. Go ahead. Says, why does it seem like me feeling for my ex has no root in logic? She cheated on me and I still want her back. Weird. No, it's not weird, because you haven't separated the pleasure, intimacy, sex with the persona, with the person. with your girlfriend, with who she is. You're looking at her, but you don't see her. You only see pleasure. You only see what you're programmed to see and to be interested in, to seek, to focus on, which is sex, intimacy. You're a heterosexual male, she's a heterosexual female, and you have the propensity and gravitation, as per programming in your genes, to seek her, want her, to be with her. Who is her? In your mind, you think you know her, you want her. But no, you want the sex, you want the intimacy, you want to follow the programming of your gene for procreation. That's what you are attracted to. And then you miss the understanding and the difference between that what you're seeking and programmed to seek and who she is. You think who she is the feeling you get from intimacy and sex from her. You think who she is the pleasure. So there is nothing against that. You can't come up with anything against the pleasure that makes you feel amazing. But you got to separate the two. Separate the vagina from who she is, her persona, her consciousness, how she's put together, what her conditioning is, what are the compatibility levels, what are her fears, her desires, her ego, her thoughts, consciousness. That's who she is. But you're not judging her based on that knowledge about her. You're only judging her based on how you get, how the feeling you get from being intimate with her. And that you cannot fight, pretty much. You naturally feel, that's the right feeling. And that's because she's wonderful. That's why I want her, like her, miss her. No, it's not because she's wonderful and the perfect match. It's because you haven't separated her from what it is that you're programmed to seek. Two different things. When you do that, then you say, okay, that's what I'm attracted to. Almost every other woman who meets my standards, aesthetic standards, can provide. So I get a focus that what I'm attracted to is not her, is my ability to be attracted to a female. It is my programming. It's got no credit to her. It's not her credibility that I'm attracted to her. That's my way of being. That's the way I've been born. In my genes, I have the program to be attracted to a woman. That is not a credit to her because of her doing. Her doing is when she treats you the way she does, her compatibility in the consciousness, her manners and behavior. All these is what makes her, which you're not judging that. You're foregoing that and jumping over what brings you pleasure. And when you focus on the pleasure, what's there not to like? Then you think you like her. No, you like the pleasure that she is the vessel and the facilitator, not her. Focus on her, then you'll see, no, I can't miss her. Because these are the problems, these are the things, these are the differences, these are the things we couldn't resolve. That character, that manner, that attitude, that personality, that character, no, I don't want it. When you focus on her, you will see you don't miss her. When you don't focus on her, focus on pleasure, well, it's like if somebody is, hooked on some kind of a substance, if they focus on the pleasure they may be receiving from that substance, because unless there's a pleasure, whoever is involved in it wouldn't be involved, right? So there must be a pleasure to it. So if they are hooked on that substance, addicted to that substance, and they're focused on the pleasure they receive, the feeling they receive from using that substance, and they're not focusing on what that substance does to their organs and brain cells and the whole health of their being, then they think that substance is okay. But when they focus not on the pleasure they receive from the substance, but on what that substance actually brings about and does to their health, the hazards that it has, separate the pleasure from what that thing is, then you will decide, no, I want to have nothing to do with that substance because it's not good for me. It's not compatible with my health. It's contrary to a healthy living. it's addictive, and it's stuff that is ruining my organs and my livelihood, my well-being. And then you will make a decision that no, 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 I don't care how much pleasure I get from it. When I focus on the character of it, what it is doing to me, I don't want to have anything to do with it. So you separated the pleasure from the substance. Same thing here in any relationship. When you separate the pleasure you receive from intimacy and sex and whatever makes you feel the way you do, which is based on the programmings you've received in your genes, from the person and persona and the character and the consciousness of that entity, then you will see, no, I don't miss the entity. And if that pleasure comes with this entity that I've got so much things difference with her, don't want to have her around, don't want to be with her, then you will not want to endure her to get that ice cream. So then you will be fine. Separate the two, then you will not miss her. Don't separate it, and you'll be fooled thinking that her is the pleasure. But it's two different things. All right. I hope you guys, there are 9 of us here. We go up and down like a yo-yo. 6, 11, 9. I thought it's 90,000, but I guess I'm dreaming here. All right. Let's go to Nick. Nick says, I've been working for Maori mental health for last 3 months. I supervise 20 people with many psychological mental disorders from different ages, backgrounds, my own indigenous people. And Nick says, Wanau, or family, as we prefer to call them instead of clients, Wanau, which can be rewarding and stressful at times, which is totally understandable because it's only because of their condition. Yes, 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 yes. He says, my own indigenous people, Wanau, or family. I see. You supervise them in that establishment. And Nick continues, what I really struggle with, what I really struggle with, though, is the staff, team, whom I work alongside with. I'm the only male in the facility. And as of late, it's become toxic, with the woman being catty, gossiping about each other. Yeah, but even so, if you treat that what you hear as of importance, as part of your responsibility to bring balance or to deal with it, or that you have to do something about it, then you will suffer. But if you just hear it as you hear it, but don't interfere, maybe in a way actually just hear it like it's a soap opera story. Somebody is telling a story on the radio and you listen to it, but you don't have to react to it, because so what? They catty about each other. Let it be. They can't be catty about you, because obviously you're the anomaly. If anything, they'd like to be on your good side, because you're the only one who is not a woman there and could actually be turned into a judge. So every one of them will try to bring you on their side. Don't get involved. Just listen. Just listen. If they want to talk to you and cat about the other ones to you, then I can understand it could be a hardship for you. But if you're just catting and chatting about each other's and, gossiping about each other, and you're overhearing it, well, just hear it, enjoy it, or disregard it, or ignore it. But if you're talking to you about the other woman, you just say, I understand what you mean. I see. Don't agree or disagree. Just say, I see what you're going through. Hmm. I see what you mean. Hmm. That's different. And you can say the same thing to everyone. So you're not offending anyone, siding with anyone, because the minute you side, you become part of the chatter. You become part of the gossip, and there will be fronts against you or for you. Just walk on that slippery road very carefully. Just be understanding to all of them. They're your colleagues, and you need their help, and you want to be in good terms. So the worst thing you can do is not to be bothered by what they're saying, is to take sides when they say things to you. So be wise, my friend. Just say, I see what you mean. I understand. That must be different. It means nothing, but it means you said something at the same time. You didn't side with anybody. So I hope that you will be safe there. That's a challenge that has been thrown at you to see how you respond. Nick, if I knew the word in Maori how to say good luck, I would say it, but I don't. All right. Rumbag says, I'm a new fan. Your videos help me a lot. Delighted to hear that. And please do share the videos you like on your social media. Help us grow, guys. Help us to become known. We are hidden. The best kept secret of YouTube. Maybe that should be our motto. The best kept secret of YouTube. Maybe it is. Maybe we should use that as a marketing motto. The best kept secret in YouTube. Sounds like a plan. El Haj, what? Yeah, El Haj says, hello, sir. Hello, El Haj. Anthony Alconaba says, I found you 5 years ago, and you've helped me a lot back then, and I still tune in today to watch and listen to you. I tell everyone about you who are having relationship issues. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. But I want to bring your attention to something, guys. Let us not forget that this channel is not about breakups and divorces and relationships only. That's a byproduct of what the root of this channel is based on, which is understanding your own consciousness, your psyche. Understanding thoughts and consciousness. The relationship between thoughts and consciousness. How is consciousness born? How is it put together? What is the role of thought in consciousness? Is it chicken and the egg? Which one comes first? What about ego? Desire, how is it formed? What are the prerequisites for desire to be formed? Why do we desire when we go into our memory? Something that is already past and no longer we are in contact with it or with her or him. What about pleasure and desire? What is the role between the two? What about fear? How does fear come from? What is fear? And you know that I have a video about 50 minutes on a seminar I did in a local university about the end of fear, which talks about the role of thoughts and fear. And of course, it allows to demonstrate a certain exercise that shows the power of mind, which is pretty much mind-blowing, and it's in there. And I've turned that video into smaller segments too. There are smaller versions of it too. There are even 59-second version of it that only shows the demonstration on the power of mind, the unliftable body. Just these are things that you might want to check it out. Just, clue in power of mind or mind power, and you will see those videos. And we use the understanding of our psyche, how we are put together, how we tick, in order to resolve matters of relationship and breakup and so on. Because unless we know how we are made, how we are put together, we can't understand why we feel the way we do or why we're so devastated after a breakup. But when we understand the nitty gritties and ingredients and the fragments of our psyche, how they're interrelated, how we are put together, then we know why is it that I feel the way I do in this particular circumstance, which could be a breakup, divorce, or how to endure it, how to move on, how to make myself understand what life is all about. This is what we do here. So please don't think we are just a breakup channel. I'm using the breakup venue or subject and explore it together as a trick to introduce to you the you. They introduce to you, because you are not what you physically see yourself in the mirror. You are your consciousness. And how consciousness is born, how it's put together, the role of thoughts in it, about fear, desire, pleasure, ego, mechanical process, order, material process, all of that makes you is what you really got to know before you can actually resolve almost any problem of this sort in your life. How you feel at the place of your work, why you feel upset if somebody disrespects you, why you feel upset when somebody rejects you, whether it's in a relationship or something else. All of that has to do with understanding of how you're put together. So we are a channel about our consciousness, our psyche. And then I use all that to be the basis of understanding what to do after a breakup and relationship. So if you want to share the videos, don't think that you should share it only to people who are going through a breakup. I have a playlist called The Psyche. The playlist called Psyche. In that playlist, there's nothing about relationship. It's all about movements of mind. We have elaborate discussions about, after death, how to endure with death of a loved one, discussion about meditation, discussion about power of mind, discussion about all these things that we need to know about ourselves. So please don't limit the channel to only one thing. That's just the trick. And don't say anything to anyone about it. Let them fall into the net and learn about themselves while they think they're just learning how to deal with breakups. All right, we go to Alhaj says, I'm feeling so hurt now. I live in Minnesota. My parents want me to do arranged marriage with a girl who is a family member. I beat her in her own game. What do you mean? I asked for her Facebook and found out she told her friends the reason why she wants me is because I'm handsome and I have money. And when she finds somebody better, she's going to leave me. Why don't you show that to your parents? I lost about close to 5,000 for this trip. Oh, you had to go somewhere to see her? Because I had to cancel the plane ticket and everything else. Ah. Okay, well, good. You did good. Took care of yourself. So, you should be happy. And tell your parents, listen, here it is. Here's your answer, parents. What happened? Only 2 people watching. We have so many questions here. What happened to everybody else? Has everybody left me? Did I say something wrong? Varg says, hi, my good friend. Right now it says 0 people watching. How could it be 0 people watching when we have so many people here? Can somebody explain to me? Are you guys there? Just say yes. 11 people. Why does it show 0? Not even me? All right. Why don't you guys click on like before you before this thing disappears. Looks like it's going down instead of going up. What's going on with the system here today? So let's ignore that. I'll go on. Just if you don't mind, the ones who are here, just click on, just put the number 1 or yes or something. Thank you. This is Chris Bark. Okay. So we are here. Then what is this number saying 0 watching? All right. Regardless, let's go on. Nick says, I listen to their concerns and give support how I can. But sometimes it drains me emotionally, yes? More than the wanao we are meant to look after. Can you tune yourself out? Don't get involved emotionally when they're talking to you. Just simply, while they're talking and you see there's no urgency in there. It's not about wanao. It's not about any patient. It's not about any life-threatening situation for the establishment or anything. Just tune yourself out. Think about whatever else you like to think about. You can hear, but you don't have to register. And don't think just because, look, it could be true about everybody, not just women, but most often, women, when they talk, the mistake that men make is that they want to solve the problem. Like whatever she's saying, now this is about relationship, but in your case it's colleagues. But maybe you can apply the same thing when you know this particular little fact. We as men are trained to solve problems, to run for rescue, rise to rescue others, to rescue women, to help protect women. We have this protective instinct as a man. And so when women, let's say if you're in a relationship with a woman and she talks to you about certain problem, your whole focus is on how can I solve this problem for her. So you come up with ways of explaining what she should do, what she should not do, this and that, this and that. But that's not what she wants to hear often. All she wants is for you to say nothing and just hear her out. She just wants you to hear her out. She wants to feel that she vented this out. She said what was bothering her about whatever. Could be about shopping, could be about air, could be about her job, could be about something. But it's by her talking about it is not automatically a request for solution from you. But most of us men think her talking is equal me solving. No, that's what actually conflicts and divisions are created sometimes when there is none. When the lady is talking to you just to say about her day, and you're trying to lecture her or tell her what to do and how to solve it, she's not there for that. She just wants to share and let that emotion go out. And you simply let it hear it, but don't need to absorb it because it's nothing important there that she needs solution. You just don't let it affect you either. Just listen. Sometimes people just want a listening ear. So when these ladies at your work are going to be complaining about each other, you feel the pressure, what can I do? And your frustration and anxiety is the fact that you can't help them because obviously you're a good man and you're sensitive. You feel it. And you feel that as you're programming, you should protect them, come up with solution. And when you can't do that, you feel frustrated and you feel drained because you can't solve the problem and they keep coming. I want you to understand that they're not keep coming for solution. They just want to say it to feel better about themselves or the experience they had. And it doesn't mean that they expect you to solve the problem. They just expect you to listen because you're a man and in their mind you're not a woman, therefore, which means they can simply relax there, don't expect anything, They're safe there. There's nothing to be said behind their back, and they're just venting it out. They want to be on your side. They want you to be on their side by just listening. It doesn't mean you have to come up with a solution or agree with them. It just means just listen. Don't worry about, I have to solve their problem and then I can't. Therefore, it's a pressure and you get drained. No. Just listen and tune yourself out, because that's all they want to do. That's a friend. That's sometimes what a friend should do. Just listen. Don't have to come up with a solution. Who are you? You don't have to have, we don't have solution for everything. Who are we? So we just need to listen. That's all they expect. I'm just asking you to try this one. See how that works. Varg says, hope you're good. Thank you very much, Varg. And Nick says, yes, I'll use that technique. Thank you. It helps me realize not to get caught up in their drama. Inga mihi matua. You're quite welcome. Beyond the Wash says, greetings from Ireland. Mehran, M30 Ireland. Patrick here. Hello, Patrick. Says, hope you are doing well. Send you good key. Ah, thank you. I have a quick story. Yeah, let me hear it. And Beyond the Wash says, Patrick says, I work as a musician and most importantly, create my own music. Working hard to build my business and bring my music to people. Good. Maybe you come up with a music, short music, 10 seconds or 20 seconds for this channel. So I don't have to pay royalty. And give me your price before you do it. I want to see if I can afford it. We need some kind of a intro. I have an intro, but I don't have a music on it. And I can maybe play this music as a loop before the live talks too, like while I'm making my tea and I'm not sitting here, but it's there, so I can just put it on and, you know. What do you think? If you had time, and if the cost is something that I can bear. And so he says, what happened? Oh, he says, last week I met my ex's father while walking down the street. A person I one time looked up to. We had a cordial conversation. Surprisingly, he said he had been following my music career. And was very complimentary of the work I do, which I did not expect. I want to thank you sincerely. Through your help, I felt strong and confident in a conversation. I one time would have found a challenge. Mehran, you're the master Yoda of the truth. God bless. Thank you for the kind words. Master Yoda, eh? Master Yoda, I am. All right. Thank you very much for for sharing. I appreciate that, and I'm delighted that you could handle that with grace and comfort and confidence, because that's what it is. I teach you guys. I share with you guys a little trick. Sometimes when you're meeting someone that you feel like impressed, or you think, oh, they're gods or something, somehow you're impressed, just look at their feet. Look at their feet, you will see how vulnerable they are. They have shoes on, and they have feet just like you. Nothing special about them. But that facial expression and the age or whatever persona or pose that they assert makes you think they're more than you or more than others. They have a certain maybe pull. There's no such thing. If they're wise and they're cordial and helpful, great, you appreciate it. But someone that is negatively impressing you or you feel uncomfortable, then you could quickly focus on the fact that they are nothing more than a human being. They have the same needs in the morning, gotta get up, wash their teeth, go to the bathroom, have their tea or coffee. They gotta eat, they gotta vacate, they have all the needs that you have. And for that, if you look at their feet, you'll see it's 2 feet. Human being. Shoes. He had to wear shoes. So suddenly, that castle that you had made of them being living in, and the, I don't know, throne, you suddenly realize, what am I thinking of them that way? They're just another human being. Well, that's their position, their job, or whatever it is. But if they're behaving like they're too full of themselves or they're too better than you, then by that, just looking at them, realizing they're a human being, you defeat that mentality or thoughts that have appeared in your head, thinking that they're superior in any way, shape, or form. And then you'll feel relaxed and you'll just deal with what's coming out of their mouth. If it makes sense, it makes sense. If it doesn't, you just react the way you should. And you make comments that you like to make. All right. Good. I'm proud of you. Remember, everybody in this world, in this life, is in it together. We're all in the same boat. But sometimes some people think they get beyond themselves. They think they're more than everybody else, and that's their need. You don't need to. Just be cordial, respectful to everybody and expect the same. If they're not reciprocating with that behavior, then you just move on. You don't have to interact with them. Simple. And let's see. Luna says, Salam Mehran. Salam Luna. Says, how are you? Long time. Yes, long time, but we've been here. Female, 35, Athens. Oh, Athens. You're on a vacation some kind. Last we heard you were in UK. And I remember you come from Oman. Yeah? Correct? But now you're in Athens. All right. Good. Good. Anthony says, yes, agreed. My own relationship issue made me seek info to help and understand myself better. Everyone has the power to heal themselves and be a better version of oneself. Focus on your psyche, folks. Okay, thank you for that plug. And Ramback Jam says, we have been together for 12 years. I'm now pushing 40 and have no hope of finding a new girl. Are you kidding me? Should I get off my chair and get on the plane, come over and beat you with the ugly stick? What do you mean? You're in your 40s. Pushing 40 or 40? I don't know what that exactly means. That means you're top of your game. The best time of a man's life is in his 40s. 40s and 50s. That's the actual best time of a man's life. You got wisdom, you got knowledge, you got experiences, you got career, you got things figured out as much as you could have. You are in best shape of your life. You can be your physically strongest time at that age. And that's the age that most women find who are in a, the age category from 30 and up, that it's the kind of a seasoned age that they're looking for in a man. So you don't have anything to worry about. Just got to get busy with your life and enjoy your life, and then see what presents itself, what opportunities present itself. Stop worrying, because when you worry, you become needy. And when you become needy, you express that kind of an energy, and any opportunity that comes along, you try to harness it fast, quickly. It's like going fishing, and when a fish bites, you pull it fast in order not to lose it, and that exactly loses the lure, and just the hook is gone. So what you need is be patient, interact with the fish, learn about each other, and then see if the fish would like to come aboard. But if you think you're so needy, so hungry, as soon as you catch a fish, you want to pull it out, that neediness will extend itself outwardly, and your prospects will feel. And no woman wants to be with a needy man, someone who's overly excited about the presence of her in his life. And they don't like it. Nobody likes it. How about you? If some woman really comes and becomes really forceful or enthused about you and expresses so much interest in you, what do you think? Even though she could be exactly what you're looking for, as physically and mentally beautiful as you hoped for, but because you feel she really wants you too much, you lose interest. Because you don't think much about yourself, pretty much most people don't, then you say, if she's paying so much attention and interest in me, but I don't think I'm that much, then she must not be much. Why is she paying so much attention to me? I'm just a regular guy. That's how you think about yourself. And you feel the person who makes so much fuss about a person like you, who thinks about himself this way, must not be much herself. Then you lose interest. Interest about the person that you really were looking for. So stop feeling that way, that, I have no hope finding a girl. That leads you to be really overexcited when you meet someone that could be of, the right caliber, and that could be of the right character for you, compatible with you. And Rambak says, I have 2 kids and feel so unattractive. You don't have to be attractive. You're not a woman. You just got to be a good person. Know your craft. Do your job. Be attentive to your children. Be the best father you can be. You've got 2 entities there that they long for your love and care and attention. And giving them the attention, being the best father you can be, gives you that amazing confidence power that you are a accomplished man. You are a man worth something. Why? Because you're doing such a good job as a father to your children. That gives you that confidence that you're looking for, extends the kind of energy with such high quality that could be felt outwardly. That would be the attraction that you have, and you're not focusing on it. Because you think the value is in the girl to bring value to you, rather than the value is in your children and you and your position as a father. That is where your roots and your values are. You're looking in the wrong places. That girl, whoever it is, must prove herself that she is worthy of all this attention and love. And that's going to take some time. Let her prove herself to you as you're proving yourself to her. But in the meantime, go into the friendship with confidence that you are somebody. Who is she? Does she have children? Has she done a great job to the children? Has she brought them up? Has she raised them well? Has she gone through suffering of doing the work and raising children? So obviously, she's just herself, hasn't really proven herself to herself. But you have. You're a father, a good father. You're working and providing for those kids. And that means a heck of a lot more than just the physical presence that you desire to have, to be intimate with. What has she done? What has she accomplished? You have accomplished something. So go in there with that persona, with that assurance, with that qualification in your mind about you. Then be a good gentleman as you are and see where it goes. If somebody finds you interesting, which means she has the propensity to realize and the knowledge to realize a good quality person, then she deserves your attention. If not, then not. You should not be so hungry for just anything, because if you are, then you can actually be served shit and you will eat it and say, oh, wow, that was good. Why? Because I really didn't care what's being put in front of me, because I just wanted something in front of me. That's not the way to go and choose from the restaurant menu a favorite food. You got to look at the quality. And for that, you need to have confidence about what you want. Not like, I just want something, just give me anything, then they give you shit. So I hope that helps you out and brings your attention to what really matters. Your kids. Focus. Your father. Be proud of who you are. That pride will extend outwardly. And they will feel it. Then you will see that they will find the value that you hope they will find in you. Nick says, yes, just listening and nothing more would be my solution to their dilemma. And I am still aware that I'm not there to choose sides. If it gets too overwhelming, I'll just go and mingle with the one now. Yes, that's right. And Chris says, 2 months after breakup, still hurts. 2 months after breakup, it still hurts, for God's sake. I mean, 2 months after you sprain your ankle in soccer, it might still hurt, let alone an invisible injury, which is emotional injury. So 2 months is nothing. Still hurts extremely when I think of her having sex with others. Well, don't think of her having sex with others. Or think of her having sex with multiple people in every way that you can imagine. Get that out of your head. So don't allow that to be the scary scarecrow in your closet. Just bring all that imagination out and imagine everything that you want to imagine that you're afraid of about her having sex with somebody else. And then make that not to be a frightening thought anymore for you to react whenever it comes to your mind, the idea of she having sex with somebody else. No, just say, oh yeah, it happens. And in fact, you imagine her having sex with every kind of situation or whatever you want to think that scares you. Think of it. Get that fear out, because it's not true anyhow. Maybe she does, maybe she doesn't. But it's her right to do it. You recognize that and wish her well. But don't be afraid of her being with somebody else, because what do you think she's going to be doing after breaking up with you? Going to church and pray, or to a mosque or a synagogue or wherever it is that she worships? No, she's going to go have sex with somebody else. Accept that and get it over with. And imagine that she did. And then it's no longer a frightening thought that you will be, oh, that thought came to my mind, I'm now devastated. No, I'm not devastated, because you already have, imagined it as fact, because it is. So don't turn it to imagination, turn it to fact. Accept it, yes. And you can go and have sex with somebody else that you feel worthy, and that's fine. The rest of it is your feeling about your ego. You've allowed your ego become you, and you're following your ego because the ego says, I don't like she having sex with somebody else. No, me best. You just tell your ego, shut up. She's not what makes me best or not best by being with me or not being with me and being with somebody else. I am the one who makes me best. By the way I accomplish my tasks, I accomplish my projects, by the way I negotiate life, by the way I deal with this very breakup, is what makes me who I am, best or not. I hope that makes sense to you, Chris. All right. And Chris Aubrey says, hello, Mehran. Hello, Chris. Says, wish I didn't, but I've been feeling really down this week. Chris, I'm going to get my stick, the ugly stick. I have a tree here with your names on it. Each branch has a name. And if you guys don't behave and treat yourself well, I'm going to look at the branch that's got your name on it and break it and get on a plane, come over there, wherever the hell you guys are, and beat you with that ugly stick. There's a tree here with all your names on it. So, nobody can get you out of that nonsense that you talk about but you, by valuing and respecting yourself. Stop this nonsense. Stop. Stop allowing your whole life to be summed up in a vagina. Stop this. Open your eyes and see how amazing this world is. How many opportunities, wonderful women are out there, that if the one that doesn't want to be with you or didn't work out, it doesn't matter. Wish her well, let her go on her way, and you respect yourself as well and go on your way. That's the end of it. It's not the end of the world, guys. You can't think about your thingy is more important than you and your whole mission in this life. That if it doesn't, you don't get what you want, then that means, oh, really, you didn't get the most wonderful, amazing woman on earth. No, because if she was, then she would still be with you. If she's not, that means her persona was not something that you could get along with. Her behavior was not something that you could approve of, and somehow you guys broke off. But the fact that you still desire her as her being a female and you heterosexual male, it doesn't mean that she's all that. It just means you are a heterosexual male interested in women. And that's not a credit on her. She's got nothing to do with that. So if you separate her persona and what she is that you're seeking, which you're programmed to seek, then you'll be fine. But as long as you think, no, the fact that you really are interested in her is because she's amazing. No, she's not amazing. And you know that. So what makes her amazing? Because you don't see her, you only see the pleasure you receive by being with her or being intimate with her. That is your problem. Don't. So I've been really down this week. I've missed my ex and her kids. No, you shouldn't. A lot this week. Listen carefully. If she doesn't miss you, if she can go on and do whatever the heck it is that she's doing, the 23-year-old boy and all that, that's really stupid, isn't it? If she can do it, why can't you? Well, she's stronger than you? No, it's because you're programmed to follow your urges for procreation. That's in your genes. We all have a disadvantage when we get to women. We're programmed to want them. And it is stronger than their programming to seek men, any men. You're programmed to seek pretty much any woman that meets your aesthetic standards. They're not like that. So that doesn't mean that it's a credit to them. That doesn't mean that they're so amazing. It just means you're programmed that way. Simple. If you understand that, then you will not think it is them that you miss. It is what you're programmed to miss is what you're missing. And missing her, why? Why should you miss someone who has not been, treating you right or proper in the way of dealing with the relationship or understanding you? Why do you have to expect yourself to understand her only? Why not her understanding you as well? It's two-way street. You can't just say because you have desire for this woman, therefore you have to be the one who does everything to please her and live up to her expectations and comply to whatever she wishes and the way she wants the life to be, and her not reciprocating the way to understand you, your challenges, the moment that you're in, and whatever it is that you're concerned about. It's a two-way street. So you be a gentleman, be a good person, and you have. But you expect a lady to also treat you well. If it doesn't, then move on. But what it is that you think, because you have that natural programming of being attracted to a woman, means the woman is the right match and is beyond you and her character and qualifications are amazing. No, it's not just because you're attracted to her. Being attracted to a woman does not make the woman be qualified in her own right with her own persona and the way she's put together. No, that has to be found out by both of you, if you're both compatible or not. Right? All right. And this is it. It's though also that she jumped straight into another relationship. I mean, yeah, you'll be okay, but the fact that she jumped to another relationship, that should be enough for you to understand she's not somebody to write home about. She should not. You should not be finding her reliable. That should be good enough for you to move on and never think that way again. Stop being too simple. Chris says 2 months after breakup. Okay. Still hurts extremely when I think of her. Okay, we talked about that, didn't we? So how did I move away? Oh, it's double. Chris has somehow, your system has posted that question 2 times. And Chris says, I hope one day I can watch the live talk and not talk about my ex and that stuff. You keep talking, eventually you find me at your door with the stick. I got a bunch of other guys and we beat the heck out of you. And then you know it's a joke. It's not a threat. Confirm that you understand it's a joke. So, be good to yourself. Chris, be good to yourself. And Luna says, I missed what you said, Mehran, as my connection was thinking about it. I only caught the word Oman. Oh, what were you saying? Oh, I was saying that last we heard from you, you were in UK, and now you're in Athens, and I said, but I believe you're from Oman, right? I said, that's pretty much what I said. And Rumbach says, you truly are a master. Thank you. Well, you're quite welcome. I appreciate that. And Chris says, I know you told this 1,000 times, but thank you for responding again. You're welcome. Chris Aubrey smiles. You better smile. All right, guys, it looks like we've been around here for a little bit more than an hour that I was hoping for. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. And I hope that we'll have a chance to talk to you again. I'm not sure if we'll have another live talk this week or not, but you can check and click on the bell in case we were live so you can see it. And if not, just make sure you promote the channel as best as you can. I'd appreciate it. We need to be exposed, have more exposure. In the meantime, while I look forward to talk to you again and soon, be good to yourself, to the others, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.